Hello everyone, welcome to Cooking Ideas with Ruby. Thank you all so much for stopping by. I hope everyone is having a blessed day. So for my very first recipe, I've decided to make frijoles puercos, which are basically pork beans in English. So let's get started with our ingredients. Here we are going to be using pinto beans, whatever brand you want, it doesn't matter. It says 4 pounds, but I'm only going to be using 3 pounds today. Roma tomato sliced, a white onion sliced, Queso Fresco, pickled jalapeños, an envelope of Sazon Goya, Chorizo. Now these are optional. I'm not going to be using them today, but you can. They really do give a great flavor to your beans. These are all of our ingredients. Now let's get started. Okay, so these are my cooked pinto beans. I cooked them for 2.5 hours. All I added was half an onion and 2 cloves of garlic. Okay, so now that my beans are set to the side, in a medium-sized pan, I'm going to be adding my chorizo. Okay, so now that I've added my chorizo into the pot, we are going to break it completely and let it cook until it's browned. Once it starts cooking a little bit more, we're going to lower it to medium heat so it doesn't burn. So after my chorizo has cooked, I've already added my tomatoes and our sliced onions, and now we're going to saute this for about 10 minutes. Okay, so while this is finishing up, we're going to go ahead and start smashing our beans. We're going to start smashing our beans with this bean smasher, but you can use whatever you want. People like using the blender. I personally don't like the blender because I like my beans to have texture on it. Okay, so now after we have mushed our beans, we are going to go ahead and add our chorizo with the onions and the tomato. Go ahead and mix everything in. So this is how your beans are supposed to look after adding in your chorizo, onions, and tomatoes. Okay, so now I'm going to be adding into our beans about 1/3 of the pickled jalapeños that I showed you guys earlier, and a little bit of the juice as well. Now it depends on everyone how spicy you want it. If you like a lot of spicy, then add the whole can. If not, then don't. And we just mix it all up. We're gonna lower the heat to low heat because you want to make sure that your beans do not burn. Okay, so I'm going to be using only half of this packet of Sazon Goya. The beans are already salty, keep that in mind because of the chorizo, so I did not add any more salt. This is only to give extra flavor. And now we mix it all up. Okay, so now for our last step, we have to turn off the heat and remove our beans away from the heat. And now we are going to cut up our queso fresco and add it into the beans once our beans have cooled down. That way our queso fresco does not melt inside the beans. Okay, now here's our diced queso fresco. I personally love a lot of cheese in my frijoles puercos. If you don't really like it that much, then just add less. You're just slowly going to continue adding it. And just slowly mix it in. Like this. Like in flipping motions. That way the cheese gets hot but doesn't melt. Okay, now we add the rest of our cheese. And continue to mix. Okay, so now, like I said in the beginning of the video, if you want to add olives at this point, you can. It really does add a great flavor to your beans, but my husband personally doesn't like them, so I'm just going to be omitting them. Alright, you guys, so this is the final product. I hope you all liked and enjoyed, and if you did, please don't forget to subscribe, like the video, share, and I will see you all in my next video.